are continuing. This is our number 15. This is beautiful. I'm enjoying math, actually. I know you are. Let's keep going. So what do we have now? Verret records the highest height of blah 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 blah. Calculate an estimate of the mean. Now, this is a popular question in IGCSE maths papers, actually. When they ask you to find the mean, this is very, very popular. So I want you to know that when you are asked to find mean, here's the thing. Mean is just going to be equal to the total number of things. So you add them, you add the number of things, then you divide by how many they are. For example, let's say you have 5 people that have the ages 12 years, then 12 years, then 11, then 10, then 13. Let's say these are the ages of 5 kids. And they say, what is the mean age? So to get the mean age, you are going to add all these ages. You say mean will be equal to the summation of terms over how many they are. So you sum them, so you add them, which is 12 plus 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 13. Then you divide by how many there are. How many kids are there? These are 5, so you divide by 5. Then you're going to get the mean, okay? Now the thing of it is, since there are 2 12s, you might as well, instead of saying 12 plus 12, you can say 2, then open bracket 12. So it's 2 12s then plus 11 plus 10 plus 13, and you can still get the same answer for mean. So these 12s are 2. So we say that the frequency is 2. Frequency means how many they are, okay? So this is the same thing that you are now seeing in the table. The table is the harder version now. It's a harder version for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you now have several things, many things. So when I write for you and say the ages are 12, 12, 10, 11, and 13, like I had done, we say that this is ungrouped data. We say that we show you each age, the age of each child. But let's say you have 100 children. Are you going to put their ages? 100? That's too many. So you know what they're going to do? They will put that in a table. Like for here, you have 80 sunflowers and you want to put their height. Can you put 80 heights? Can you list them? 80 of them? There are too many. So what we are going to do is we are going to come and say, okay, let's say we had now 10 people. Let's say we have another 13-year-old, we have another 11-year-old, and then we have 15 and 15, and we have a 10. So what we are going to do is we are going to say, okay, let's make this into a table. There are too many to list down. Let's make this into a table. So we're going to make a table. We'll say age, then we'll say frequency. Okay, age, then we say frequency. So what age? We start with the youngest, 10. How many 10-year-olds did we have? 2. Okay. Then we say another age, 11. How many 11-year-olds did we have? 2. Then we say age 12. How many 12-year-olds did we have? 2. Then age 13. How many 13-year-olds do we have? 2. Then age 14. How many 14-year-olds did you have? 0. Then age 15. How many 15-year-olds did you have? 2. So now you can see this is age and frequency. Okay? Now what we can even do now is we can now say to you age, then we say 10 to 12. Then we say frequency, okay? We are now putting age, but we are now actually going to put it in groups. Okay, so we say from 10 to 12. So you're going to add all the kids that are 10 to 12 years old. How many? 2 plus 2 plus 2? 6. Okay? Then you're going to say age 13 to 15. You're now going to say how many? 2 plus 0 plus 2, which is 4. This is now another way to do it. You would have age and then you'd say frequency. And this is the way they did it in the table you were given. They said height 1.2 to 1.5. How many flowers? 12. Okay? Then they said another height 1.5 to 1.6. How many flowers? 20. Another height 1.6 to 1.7. How many flowers? 34. Then another one 1.7 to 1.9. Another one 14. Woo! Really? Yes. Okay? So now they've actually told you they've grouped them. We call it grouping. Now they'll ask you, what is mean? So if you get mean and things are grouped, remember, mean, you are supposed to, first of all, to get mean, you're supposed to find the total, You add all the things, right? Then you divide by how many they are. So now we want to add the total. So now let me show you. If you had listed a table like this to say age, there are whatever, let me take you through the path. I want everybody to see what's going on once and for all, then we are done. If I had said to you, find the mean of this using this table, you're going to say, okay, for me to get the mean, I'm just going to say it is the sum of things, then I divide by how many they are, right? Now you can say the sum of fx, here's a new formula, over the summation of f. This is now for things that are in a table. You say, what are you doing now? Didn't you say mean you add and divide by how many they are? That's what I'm doing. Because look, we have what age? 10. But how many 10-year-olds do we have? 2. So we can say this is going to be 2 times 10. 2 10-year-olds plus, that is why we say f times x. Okay? You multiply the frequency, which is there are 2 of them. 2 10-year-olds plus, how many 11-year-olds do we have? 2. So plus 2 times 11. Okay? Then plus, how many 13-year-olds do we have? 2. So 2 times 13. Plus, how many 14-year-olds do we have? 0. So we don't need to put it. Plus 15, how many do we have? 2. So it's 2 times 15. Then divided by the total number of things. Okay? So you'd say? So what do you do now? You add 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 8. There are 8 of them. 8 total. You add the frequencies. That's why we say sum of the frequencies. Now let me take you to the next level. So this is how you're going to get mean. So are you seeing the levels? If things are listed, you just add. But you could actually see that there were 2 12-year-olds plus here you look for 10-year-olds, whatever. So you could do that. But if they were listed individually, 1, 1, let's say it was a 10, an 11, a 12, a 13, and a 14-year-old, you just say 10 plus whatever, divided by how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, divided by 5. Now, when there is frequency, you multiply. Since there are 2 10-year-olds, 2 11, so you say 2 times 10 plus 2 times whatever, divided by the total frequency, which you can see. There were 2 10-year-olds, 2 of this, 2 of this, 2 of this, 2 of this. You add until you get the total thing. So it is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's actually 10. So you divide by 10. Okay. Where is the other? What did I leave out? 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds. Oh, we left 12-year-olds. So it was actually going to be plus 2 times 12. We left the 12-year-olds. Sorry for that. And then we'd divide by total 10 people. Anyway, now we have a higher one. What if they do this? So you saw what we were doing here. We were multiplying frequency times each age. So there are 2 10-year-olds. So you'd say 2 times 10 plus 2 times 11 plus 2 times 12. Okay. So let's come and do the same here now. When they have grouped to say ages 10 to 12 and they say there were 6. So what are we going to say? Are we going to say 6 times 10 or are we going to say 6 times 12? That's the question I now have now. Because we're going to say 6 times something then plus something times something again. So that's my question. What are you going to do? That is the one they are giving you in your exam where things are grouped. Okay? You actually have the things that are grouped and you have this whole table. Now, what are you going to do? You have classes, intervals. What you do is you want to find, I should say 12 times what? Is it times 1.2 or 1.5? None of them. It is going to be 12 times the middle of them. So when you have something with a table where there is an interval, the formula now changes to say mean is equal to summation of fx, but the x is x bar. Okay? And then you say divided by summation of frequency. This is what you do. So now what are you going to say now? I need to find x bar first. I need to find x bar. Then I'm going to multiply each f times the x bar and add them. So now I'm going to say first I should find, since this is now h, the height is now an h. So we say f times h bar. So it's summation of h times h bar over the summation of frequency. So first we find h bar, the midpoint of the height. This is how you get the thing. Sorry for that. Let's now find the middle of the height, the midpoint. So it's going to be, first you need to know the h bar, isn't it? So let's do it. What are we going to have? First we're going to need, so in other words, we need 2 more columns. So this is going to be the formula. And I can actually put it lower, a bit lower. and I'm going to put 2 more columns. The first column is going to be H bar, then the other one is going to be FH bar. Okay, so let's find them now. We make a table-ish. For H bar, let's find it. You say 1.2 times plus 1.5 divided by 2. So we'll be having our fraction. We say 1.2 plus 1.5 divided by 2. This is how you get the midpoint of this. Okay, 1.2 plus 1.5 divided by 2, you get 1.35. So this is 1.35, and it is by 12. No, and it is going to be multiplied by 12, okay? Because its frequency is 12. So you now say this by 12, you get the FH bar, which you're going to put in here. But let's find another one. There is 1.5 plus 1.6. So now we have 1.5 plus 1.6. So it's the same as saying 1.6 plus 1.5. Divided by 2, you get 1.55. Then here we have 1.6 and 1.7. It should be 1.65. Okay, we're going to put it. We can do that. 1.6 plus 1.7 divided by 2 is 1.65. Then we now have 1.7 and 1.9. So 1.7 plus 1.9 divided by 2, it is 1.8. Now we say, let's multiply each. So we're going to say 1.35 times its frequency, 12. You're going to get 16.2. Then you're going to say 1.55 times its frequency, 20. So now the middle value of this is what you multiply by frequency. Then add them, because this says you should sum them up. You should add them. So you say 1.55 times 20, you get 31. Then you now say 1.65 times 34. That's its frequency. You get 56.1. Then you now say 1.8 times its frequency, 14. You're going to get 25.2. So now you're going to follow up on your formula to say mean is the summation of FH bar over this. So it's going to be mean, you're going to say 16.2 plus 31 plus 56.1 plus 25.2. This all divided by, okay? All divided by. If you wanted, you could have said first to say 12 times 1.35 plus 20 times 1.55 plus 34 times 1.65. Okay, you're showing that you actually did that. And then you say plus 14 times 1.8. And you say all divided by, what's the total frequency? There are 80 things, which is going to be, we got our values. We got 16.2 plus 31 plus 56.1 plus 25.2 over 80. And what do you get? So we make that. We say 16.2 plus 31 plus 56.1 plus 25.2. Then we divide by 80. What are you going to get? 1.606, which is 1.613 SF. That is 1.61 meters. This is going to be the mean height, and we are done.